Alright, we're going to be watching Roquad21, who's going to be playing Soldier on Rialto. This is Gold 2 on console. Hi everyone, I'm a Gold 2 on console for DPS after partying up and flying out of silver. I feel like my aim is okay, but sometimes I have trouble positioning. My goal is to make it to plat. Main things I'm looking for feedback on are my positioning, ult timing / tips, and when to / which characters to switch to. They list a bunch of mains, which is like 5 different heroes. Alright, so we're only going to focus on the first 2 points on defense in this video. I'm not going to go through the entire one where you end up playing like Symmetra and some other and some Widow, and we're just going to focus on the soldier part because I really don't think you need to switch. I don't think anything at this rank, especially, I don't think any of your issues like are related to which hero that you're playing so much as like basic things around positioning, ability usage, ult usage, flow of fight, etc., etc. Okay, so let's talk about Rialto first real quick. So you're going to be playing up here and recognizing, look, they're going to come out of all these different doors, okay? They come out this door, they go left, and they can go right. That's one option. Option number 2 is that they can go high ground, right? Either this side or this side, and they can come out here, and they can come out here. Which means that when you come out here, there are 4 possible spots that you could get shot from, right? Option number 1, option number 2, option number 3, right there, and option number 4. If you played any other shooter, right, let's say you played Counter-Strike or Valorant, like any tactical shooter or Siege, if you stood here and you know there's 4 possible enemies, like spots where someone could peek you from, what do you think are the odds that you would win that fight? Probably not good, right? Like there's 4 places that they can shoot you from where they have cover and they have a drop on you. Why are you standing someplace where you have no cover and are exposed to all 4 of those spots simultaneously? Compared to, for example, right here. Right? If I'm playing right here, there's only 2 spots that I could get shot from, and both of which are up and down. So I could, if I see someone up top, right, I could snap up. If there's someone in the bottom, I could snap down. Over here, I have to look left, bottom left, top left, top right, bottom right. It is very, very hard for you to react to where someone comes out. And it's especially bad because you don't know what the enemy composition is, because this is the very beginning of the match. So, for example, if the Widow comes out this door, you just die. Right? Widow, Hanzo, Ashe, even a Cassidy here, all these things would kill you way faster than you could possibly react. Right? Even with great reaction time, you immediately try to jump down and get cover or something like that, you could still die before you can break line of sight on them. So my first thing here is nobody plays here as a hit scan hero at high ranks. Like anybody who doesn't have a defensive ability. Like Genji, if you want to play up here, fine. Because, oh, someone comes out, activate deflect. You're definitely going to live. Right? But as soldier, this is incredibly reckless for you to be playing this far forward. Compared to, you could be playing this doorway, you could be playing this side, you could be playing this side, you could just be using the pillars for cover, right? You could be playing this angle, potentially, right? Generally speaking, you're going to see virtually all hit-gun heroes are going to be playing somewhere on the upper balcony right here, right? It's a very strong spot, it's very safe, it's really hard for lots of heroes to get at you, you have plenty of cover, and there's also a mini health pack here, yeah, if you end up needing it, okay? This, an incredibly dangerous, extremely forward spot that will get you killed, right? Now, why am I spending so much time emphasizing this? Because it's not about this spot. It's about thinking, where can I be effective in general, both in terms of how much damage can I deal and how survivable am I? So, generally speaking, the closer you are to the enemy, the more damage you'll deal, because there are larger targets on your screen, there's no damage fall off, it's easier to splash things, etc., right? Being closer to them, more damage. Being closer to them also puts you in more danger, though, so you figure out, you have to balance the risk versus reward aspect, okay? So, for example, maximum damage is achieved by standing right here. You're not going to miss any shots right here, but you're also going to die in like a second, so the overall value of this is not very low. Versus if you stay like all the way over here, let's say, you're never going to die here, right? Short of an unbelievable like Widow headshot or something like that. You're never going to die here, but you'll be very hard for you to ever kill anyone because you're way too far away. So again, think about that balance all the time of where you're playing, right? Between how much damage can I deal versus how much danger am I in? Because this spot tells me that you don't have a well-calibrated sense of risk versus reward. All right, we're going to stop there. Continuing on. So Orisa comes out, you decide to just not shoot anybody, which is interesting, right? Orisa comes out, you see the Ashe also on the right side of your screen. You would have saw her head when she came out, and you don't shoot anybody. So let's see how long it would be. I would just shoot the Orisa when she came out, right? While I'm waiting for someone else to come out. You saw the Ashe right there, by the way. But let's ignore the Ashe for a second, because that's a hard shot. So starting from this Orisa, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is over 5 seconds until you engage in any offensive action against the enemy. 5 seconds in Overwatch is an eternity. Granted, this is the very beginning of like the neutral poke phase, but I can win plenty of fights on support or DPS or tank within 5 seconds. For you to not shoot anyone for the first 5 seconds is really bad. Like that's like a very easy just shoot the Orisa, right? Just start cranking out some damage in, right? Force her to get healed, force her to back up, force her to spin, fortify, whatever. Do something. Not doing anything is a really, 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 really bad idea, right? You should always try to be doing something unless you're setting up for a bigger play, which it does not seem to be happening here. Like, I don't really know what you're doing here. Like, waiting. Also, we can see, like, how you need to check all the spots, right? You look bottom left, right, top right, bottom right, now you're back to bottom left, right? That's a good example of why you don't want to play this position. And then you finally fire this Helix, and then you drop, and then you nearly die, okay? You drop all the way down to, like, 32 health. Yeah, 32 health. Right, and then you start getting healed, and then you nearly die here. I'm going to show you what it looks like from the other team's perspective. Come out the door. We see the soldier. Shoot. So this soldier misses, I would say, about 75% plus of his shots against you. If he hit 2 more bullets, you were dead. Like, this is not even a particularly hard shot here. Watch. Locked on you, shooting, missing. I think 75% is charitable. Missing, hit, miss. Yeah, I don't even know that he hits like 15% of the shots against you. Oh, he hits them at the end. So you should be dead right now. And I really want to iron that in, right? Very important. This is a bad position, right? You're super overextended. You have no sense of danger, like what your threat is from the enemy team, and then you just run in a straight line backwards and then just walk off. Versus if I really had to do this, if I suddenly caught here, I would do a 180. I know it's hard to do on console. Zigzag and go down, right? Down the stairs, down this way. Anything that's not continue to stay in their field of vision as I drop down, right? That's what gets you killed in many case scenarios, and will get you killed a lot in this game. Okay, again, when we think about positioning, like stuff like this is so important, so important, right? It feels like I'm really harping on this, but like I guarantee you, if you can simply fix this aspect of your game, you'll immediately go up like 5 ranks, because you right now very clearly do not understand how much danger you're in, right? You're probably like, oh, this is fine. This is not fine. Not only did you nearly die, and you should have died, but you provided almost no pressure against the opposing team. Your team's effectively playing 4 and 5 during this happens. It's actually worse than 4 and 5 because now they're forced to spend time healing you instead of healing anybody else. Okay. So now you're on low ground. You're doing basically nothing right now. So you're sort of like getting healed. You walk back to the biotic. You shoot the soldier. The problem is this is a very messy fight. Okay, there's 5 people. They have lots of cover. Even if you get like 5-6 bullets in the soldier, he can easily hide right now. There's too much cover here for you to ever get a kill. That's why if you're playing balcony, this is way better because it's much harder for the soldier to hide from you here, right? The soldier would have to play directly behind the cart here to avoid you. If he's playing even a little further back, you see how you can still see over the top? This is dangerous for him. And then if he's trapped behind the cart, you just rocket behind the cart and he dies. Right? Playing high ground, so important. Additionally, if you start losing a duel up here, just back up. Right? You just back away from the corner, he's not going to see you. Or move behind a pillar. There's so many options on high ground. Playing low ground now, this is way too messy. This is exactly the place where Soldier is bad. Soldier is bad at playing clumped up with his team, just shooting at the enemy as a giant ball. Okay, you want to find opportunities to find an off angle, right, to shoot everybody. In this case, there's not a lot of off angles because they just started, right? But like hypothetically, you could be playing from right here, which would be very painful for the opposing team to deal with, right? And then they can't even use the cart as cover from you, because if they're like, oh shoot, the soldier's over there, they go to the left, but then your team kills them, right? So even if you're playing, for example, bridge here, it gives you more possible value. I think balcony is still better in general, but I'm just noting like the concept of off angling. So again, you're just shooting, right? Again, no, I would never expect you to kill anybody here. I think even if you were like a GM player, I think the odds of you killing someone here is like less than 10%. There's way too many people here, all clumped together, too much healing right outside their spawn. No one's gonna die here, right? It's really hard to isolate a target and get a kill here. Lucio's dead. You get the Mercy low here, and then you're gonna die. So why do you die here? So you're gonna do something called frontlining, right? Frontlining is where you, as a DPS, walk in front of your tank. As a general rule, this should basically never happen. 99% of the game, you should never be between your tank and the opposing tank. Okay, that's considered being out of position, because suddenly all the focus that was on the tank is suddenly on you, and you're not nearly as survivable as your tank is. So you're going to see that your tank is going to back up, but you're going to stay up, and then you're just gonna get focused and killed, right? Pretty much instantly. Right? We're running a quarter speed, but you're gonna die in like a second. So you need to have the awareness that if your tank is backing up here, first of all, you understand that if you can't see your tank, then you're too far forward, right? Your tank is backing up because your tank is low, which you can see on your screen, hopefully, if you have allied health bars on. Right? You see your tank is playing close to the corner on the left, so I expect this tank to back around the corner very soon, or else they'll die. You continue to stay out here. See? Right? Now, your tank is behind you, no longer on your screen. You should know the tank is behind you, and then you tuck in, which is fine. This is okay. Right? I mean, granted, you shouldn't be low ground, but in the context of frontlining, this is okay. Then, you decide to re-peek despite the fact that your tank is still low and not in front of you, and then you decide to take all the attention, right? Then you get super low, and you should have died right there. Very lucky to not be dead. And then you do the exact same thing again, right? Again, very lucky that your tank walks in front of you to save your life because you would be dead otherwise. And now your tank backs up, you don't back up, and then you die. All of your survivability problems are like related to this. Like, that's why there's no point in me going through the rest of the video, because they're all related to this. Like, you have no awareness of like how much danger that you are in all the time, right? All the time throughout the entire game, it's always the same thing, right? Where when there's a chaotic like 5-on-5 match, you have no feel for like what are the best practices for where I should be standing, how much damage will I take. Like, I don't think you knew you were gonna die here, right? And that's a really important skill that you need to develop in order to keep climbing, is like how much danger am I in and how to react accordingly. All right, so you're gonna die early there, and hopefully you've played enough Overwatch to understand that generally speaking, for a single point, right, a regular payload point, there are at least 2 fights on that point. Okay, sorry, for when the payload is moving. For like hybrid, where there's a point capture, it's typically 1 fight. But for payload maps where the payload needs to travel from start to end and reaches a point, there are 2 fights. In this map, the first fight happens roughly around here, this is where that happened, and the second fight will happen roughly around here, right, when you contest at the very end. You should be running forward to get position for that second fight. So if the second fight happens here, where do I want to be? Well, there's a lot of options, okay? Option number 1 is I could be playing from this room, which is okay, right? You got a Mega, it's pretty safe, but it's not that good at getting kills because the tank's always going to be in your face. Option number 2 is to get upstairs while you can and play up here. This, good, very strong position. The problem is getting up there can be kind of tricky, right? Again, there isn't an easy way to get back there. You could run around the back, right? Actually, this doesn't actually connect. This is what happens when you don't play DPS. You could run up here and go up this way, or option number 2 is run over here and then go up this way. Okay, and I think you have enough time to actually go Mega side, right? Go over here and then go up and take high ground over here, right? So this is another option. So again, option 1 here, option 2 here, option 3 here, right? Option 4 as a dark horse candidate would actually be play here, which is a high risk, high reward situation. But the other 3 options have some degree of safety and angles, especially the high ground ones where you have access to shoot most of the backline here. Here, you have access to shoot all the backline, and because they're running Orisa, she can do literally nothing against you. There's no way the Orisa can get you off high ground at all, which means the only thing you have to worry about are the supports and the DPS pressuring you out. Otherwise, you can stay here all day, put down heal station, and just kill the whole team, right? Like, I could literally kill everybody on the team here playing Soldier right now. There's nothing they can do against me, right? I put down heal station, and I just kill the Zen first, then I kill the Mercy, then I kill the Ashe. There's nothing they can do in this situation with such strong cover and high ground. Even if I'm losing a fight, all I gotta do is back away or step to the right, and I'm safe. And I get healed back up, and I go right back to pressuring once more. Very, very, very easy to win games if you're in the right position. Now let's see what you actually end up doing. So let's pause here. So as I mentioned, hopefully you've played enough Overwatch. You didn't mention how many hours you're at, but like hopefully if you're Gold 2 in console, you've played, I don't know, at least 20 hours of competitive Overwatch, maybe 50 hours of competitive Overwatch. You know, again, that there are 2 fights in every single point. So you should expect that there's going to be a fight, and you should expect the fight to happen here, right? A fight happening here, like this would be a perfectly fine spot if the next fight's here, but it's not gonna be. And you should know that, hopefully, from Overwatch experience, understanding that there will be another fight and it will happen here. If this is the first time you ever played Rialto, then that makes sense, right? Obviously, that it would be tough for you to know that. But if you've ever played Rialto before, hopefully you know there's going to be another fight here. You're grossly out of position to fight the second fight, right? All the fighting is going to happen somewhere in this lane, and you have no line of sight on that, and for you to get line of sight would take forever. Like, you're like defending the other side of the river as though the next fight is going to be them crossing the river, like this is some like World War II simulator. It's not going to happen, right? The fight's going to happen right here. Now your team sort of understands this, right? Soldier's set up. Zen tries to walk up and take a fight, but obviously out of position. Mercy's going up there. Arisa's coming out, right? Arisa's got time. Like, Arisa's going to contest this. And you see that you end up coming back once your Arisa comes out. But the thing is, you lost all the time that you could have had to pressure the opposing team out. If you were up here the whole time, hypothetically, right, you have the opportunity to potentially kill the Zen, potentially kill the Ashe, right, potentially kill the Mercy, force them all back, work with the Soldier and double team, get a kill, maybe, and then make this fight easier. But because you're so far back, you eliminate the opportunity to do anything to impact the fight. Okay, and now you try to do it, but now it's very, very late, and they have good position. They're already all clustered underneath the arch. They have good cover from the cart, because once the cart turns this way, they have excellent cover here to be able to do whatever they want. Very, very hard for you to stop, because there's no cover between you and them, other than playing very, very close, which is dangerous. So now you're over here. You're looking at the Zen, which is a mistake. Like, there's only like the Zen's not visible, Zen's not visible. You have to put pressure on the front line, because otherwise your Risa's gonna get wrecked. So again, see how you're not doing anything right now? This is why you lose fights, right? You can't win fights if you don't do anything, right? Okay, let's roll back. So we're gonna come over here. So you start shooting. Okay, this is fine. I don't think you need helix there, but that's okay. All right, you start shooting. Great. Right, you reload. So now let's count from this reload. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, and then you start shooting. 6 seconds go by before you do anything to impact the fight down here. And I get that the Zen would have been a great easy kill if he was visible, but he's not. Okay? You have to keep shooting down main, and if the Zen's visible, snap up there and then try to kill him. Otherwise, focus on main and try to burn down somebody, do anything to help your Risa out in the situation and potentially win the fight. But you just staring at the window is effectively throws the fight away. Again, I don't think you're likely to win this fight regardless, but you know, I think that it's a problem. Right? So you run out of ammo there, and now that fight's over. See? Right? Again, the Zen up here didn't actually matter. This over here was the critical part that resulted in you losing the fight. You had to do something to impact this fight. Okay? And even better, to do something before it even got to that point. Because once they get here, there's very little that you can do to change the outcome as Soldier. Right? As Junkrat, as Reaper, as Symmetra, yeah, something you can do about it. But as Soldier, once it gets to that point, no good. Right? You lack the tools to deal with it. Okay, so again, I think you're probably pretty unfamiliar with Rialto in general, based on your general positioning, right? So you're gonna die here. The correct call is to run. You should be sprinting right now. Yeah, sprint, right? Not go to the right, but you should be going here, and you should be taking this high ground right here, taking the windows. And then as the cart comes up, you can kill people in the back, and then look down and kill them, right? Rotate to this window, shoot them. Go out this way, shoot them. You got so many options here if you control high ground. And again, their team is really bad at contesting high ground. They have no vertical mobility in their team whatsoever, except for arguably Ashe. So if you stand high ground, you could win. Like, if I had the exact same aim as you, right, no better, no worse, I could literally like completely win this game by myself just by standing in the windows. Just give me biotic field and rifle, no helix rocket even, no visor, I could easily win this game. Because what are they going to do about it? They literally can't stop me, right? You just stand up here, you just kill the backline over and over and over and over again. Every single time you might lose a fight, just hide, right? Use biotic field, heal back up, come back out, kill them. It's so hard for them to cross this space from here all the way over to under the arch, as long as you keep pressuring them from the windows, right? Unless you make a huge mistake, like standing still or something, it's effectively impossible for them to kill me. Even if they had an aimbot, I do not think they could kill me here faster than I could react and get behind a corner. So strong. Like, I really need to emphasize how important high ground, and particularly having a vulnerable flank on them, is to winning games as Soldier, right? That's really how Soldier plays. You play Soldier way too far in the back as like fire support, and that's not how the hero is designed. Like Ashe, for example, is going to be way better at that because you have better burst damage and you have a better damage fall off, right? So, and you have no mobility, so it makes a lot more sense for you to do that. Plus, you have better spam. So you see the Soldier is taking the spot where you should be. You get very lucky here hitting him with the direct helix. There's no reason for him to have walked into this. Like, he has plenty of time to see this coming. Right? See, he strafes back into it. There's no reason he should die there. Like, this is an example of an egregious mistake on his part. This is not skill on your part. There's no reason the Soldier should have walked into that helix rocket. But so be it. We'll take it. You should have used that opportunity to run forwards and immediately take this space. Because I want to go over here and I want to kill this Ashe. Right? That's what I want to do. And then I can go over here, right? Shoot people, whatever's going on here. Take the high ground. Really, really, really important. See the Zen's going high ground. Once again, we see you playing main with your team, which is a bad idea. This is just not what Soldier's good at. If you want to do this, play Cassidy. Cassidy's really good at doing this. Like, if you want to play up here with your tank, just play Cassidy. Right? Cassidy's so good because you can 2-shot heroes from this range really easily. Right? Or 3-shot them. Soldier is much harder to consistently get those kills with. So you see the Zen is high ground, the Zen's a problem, right? The Zen's going to discord your tank, he's going to apply damage here, and you can't get him because he's in high ground and he has cover. So you're going to go for this risky Helix. That Helix doesn't land, of course, right? You didn't even splash it into the wall behind him, which would at least gotten some damage. But you notice the Ashe is way out of position. If you hadn't wasted that Helix on the Zen, you could easily kill this Ashe right now. Such an easy kill, right? Super easy. 5 bullets, Helix dead instantly, right? You can kill her in less than a second, right? Roughly like 0.75-ish seconds or so. You can kill her almost faster than she could react, right? But instead, you wasted the Helix on the Zen. So the Bob's going to go here, Bob's going to zone you, but your team wins the fight without you. So you can go back up here, you play here. Again, this is not a good spot, right? Because like you're going to get very quickly pressured out here, and then you play here, but there's not actually a ton of cover here compared to playing Windows. Windows is a way better long-term option because of how much surface area there is to shoot at the enemy. The problem being here is that you're going to encounter damage fall off. Your bullets are going to do less damage because of how far away you are. If you play the Windows, this is a lot less of a problem because they're going to be physically closer to you. So over here, shooting, great, right? You fire a Helix, I had no chance of hitting anybody. You're going to pop Visor here, and you're going to see how very unsuccessful this Visor is. So why was this Visor not so successful? You do end up killing the Mercy eventually, right? But arguably she shouldn't have even died here. I don't know why the Zen doesn't give her... Yeah, she actually could easily have survived, just crouch walked over here, or if the Zen had given her an orb earlier. But why is this Visor unsuccessful? Let's see how far away you are from them, number one, right? And number two, let's notice the fact that your vision is obstructed by both the hood of this, the canopy, and also the bridge is acting as cover, and also the curve of the bridge allows them to also hide from you, right? There's so many reasons here why it's very hard for you to get kills here. Even though they're theoretically in the open, from your perspective, they aren't. Let's imagine instead of popping Visor here, imagine that you pop Visor here. Everyone dies, right? Granted, I don't think I'd pop it right then. I'd wait for the Orisa to get a little further forward so she can't block me. But like, once you get over here, like you pop Visor, literally everyone dies right now, right? All 3 of these heroes for sure dead. And maybe I kill the Ashe too if she just thought it's a challenge here, right? You pop Biotic Field, you pop Visor to do the animation cancel, kill everyone. Easy, right? Make your job easier by playing from the right spots, right? Which is the whole point of this video. You get the kill in the Mercy, right? Chase a little bit. Mess around, and then Orisa is going to walk up here, and then she's going to Terra Surge, and then everyone's going to die. So no point shooting Orisa. She's fortified right now. You should have been killing the Mercy right now. That would have been the best value. You notice that your damage to the Orisa is like nothing because she's fortified, right? So she takes half damage. So you see, again, your damage is irrelevant. She doesn't even care. She shrugs it off easily. You get Javelin right now. You should have been sprinting right away. So you've lost 2. As soon as I see lost 2 supports, I just leave. Right? No reason for me to fight this. Go out this way, run all the way back, right? Set up, get ready for the final fight over here. Instead, you stay in this room, right? You try to kill the Zen, which is a bad idea. You pop Visor or Biotic Field in here, and then you're gonna get cornered, and then you're gonna get killed. Hopefully, you get killed. Are they really not gonna kill you? Oh well, there, finally. And then you get super staggered as a result. This is a bad call, right? You should have seen, hey, look, I lost 2 teammates. Just run and leave. Leave your Orisa. There's nothing you can do. No possible way for you to win that fight. So you're high ground, finally, good, right? You see the Zen, try to go for him, that's good, right? I mean, obviously you missed him, but like otherwise you had the right idea to like get rid of the Zen on the off flank. I don't know why you're dropping right now. I think to get the Kitsune, but this puts you in a lot of danger potentially on the ground, right? The Orisa can walk into you, for example, everyone can shoot you. It's one more, if everyone's shooting from the same angle, they can hide, right? But if you're shooting from above, right, that helps. Or if you're shooting from this way, or if you're shooting from this way, these are called off angles, and it makes their life a lot harder for them to deal with you, right? Playing the same angles as everyone else, not good. So Orisa's going to pop Terra Surge. I would have sprinted up and immediately Helixed because you know she's going to pull in multiple heroes. You're going to try to kill the Mercy. This is where I would say your aim is a problem. I'd say generally your aim is fine. I think missing... Yeah, so you hit 1 out of 11 bullets there on the Mercy, which is going to be a problem, right? Sooner or later in the Mercy, it's going to be a problem from an aim perspective. Right, I would chase, kill the Orisa. I wouldn't have Helix because she's still spinning. but fine. All right, so we win. You have another visor, right? You're playing windows here, which is good. Ironically, you're playing like the worst spot, so you can't strafe. You have no real cover here because you strafe left, you're gonna hit the railing or go off the edge. So play up here where you have cover in the situation, or play over here where you have cover in the situation. So you're shooting the tank, which is not helpful, right? Obviously, that damage gets healed right away. Shooting the Mercy, great, good, right? Good accuracy. You nearly got over the Helix. And because you wasted Biotic earlier, now you're going to be in big, big trouble. Because now you're going to lose all the pressure that you're going to get. So you can take a ton of damage and then you really die. Again, the way that you avoid this is by simply being like, shoot, shoot, shoot. Okay, I'm getting shot. Hide this way. But you're going to walk backwards in a straight line. And you see, that's why you get lit up and die. In fact, you would have been killed by that last shot, except the railing, I think, blocks it. Maybe. It's close. So, I don't know why you drop right now. This feels like suicide. So now you drop despite being extremely low, you get trapped in the room and just die. Okay, so let's watch from the Zen perspective. You literally just walk into the wall and just die. Yeah, this is not a good idea, obviously. Even ignoring the part where you walk into the wall. I think taking the duel here is hard, right? You're only 131 health. The Zen's got a pretty good chance of killing you here straight up. Yeah, I think that this is not a good fight, right? Just stay high ground. Just stay high ground, right? Stay here, get Biotic back, right? Get healed by your teammates. Keep shooting the back line, right? Rotate over here if you need to, right? Option is also rotate over here, step out the window, kill him this way. Got a lot of options here. You have Visor as well. You definitely want to be popping Visor this fight. A lot of things go wrong here. And I think from there, they are going to cap. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to stop there and re-summarize. What are the things that you need to work on, right? Number one is you need to understand how much danger am I in, depending on where I play, where the enemies are, and what abilities they have. Because that calibration of your sense of danger is not there, right? And specifically, the risk versus reward of where you should be standing. That's number one. Number two, you need to default into finding high ground, off-angle positions as much as you possibly can, right? Being able to understand where is the next fight and where is it best for me to be positioned in, and trying to take that position. That is enormously helpful. I literally will increase you to 5+ ranks easily if you can figure that out. We could talk about the ult usage, but honestly, it's not that big a deal because I think if you're doing number one and number two correctly, ults will come naturally to you, right? Because you'll always be in a good position. The problem right now is you're using ults from bad positions because you're standing by default in bad positions. So I don't think there's a reason for us to actually call out specifically the ult timing or positioning of it, because it's more a general positioning problem. Okay? And your last point was when or which character switch to. I don't think you need to switch. I think Soldier was totally fine here. I think you easily could have carried this game as Soldier. No need to think about switching. All right, I'm going to stop there. Hopefully this is helpful.